need you to stop. I just told Dylan to do it. That's about it. Dylan and Samuel. So what we're going to do right here is that we're going to write these sentences correctly. And like I said before, this will make you a better reader as well as a better writer, okay? We're going to do this as a group. Remember what I said before. If it's just one subject, you're going to have an S at the end of the verb, okay? If there's more than one subject, you're going to have an S at the end of the subject. So let's look at this sentence. We're going to write the sentences correctly. I'm going to show you guys together. Can you guys see this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Can you say around?
Here it is. The bear scared the rabbit. And actually, some of this stuff, you guys, I realized when I was a kid, it's just based upon the way that we interact with each other, the way that we speak. Some of this you can tell if it's right or if it's wrong just by the fact that we know the English language and we know what sounds right and what doesn't sound right. So let's listen to this. The first one, it gives us two examples. It says the bear scared the rabbit. Think about it. We said before, if it's one subject, and in this case it's just the bear, does that make sense? The bear scared the rabbit?
No. Scares.
It scares. It scares, right? And you can tell, like I said, just from knowing the English language, we know what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. The bear scares the rabbit. We add the S to the end of the verb, which is scares. Dakota, change yours. You can't play around. We're looking.
Yes, ring.
Okay, you need to be quiet and pay attention to me. We're not going to tattle. We're not looking at people, right? And let's look at the next one. I'm going to call on someone. I want you guys to remember, when it's one subject or if it's just one thing, if it's one subject, then we add an S right to the end of the verb. If it's more than one subject, then we add an S to the end of the subject. Now I'm going to ask you guys, like I said, this is something you should just know because we know the English language, so we can kind of tell just by hearing something if it makes sense or if it doesn't make sense. This is something that shouldn't be, it's not going to be too hard for you guys to recognize, to be able to identify. Let's look right here. It says the rabbit hopped away. Think about that. Does that make sense?
No.
The rabbit hopped away.
Yep.
The rabbit hops away. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hops away.
Rabbit, yes. It makes sense. No, it doesn't. Because what did it hop away from?
It's a complete sentence right here. The rabbit hops away. And remember, because I want you guys to tell me, how many subjects do we have in this sentence? Look at the word rabbit. How many subjects do we have in the sentence? Do we have one subject or two?
Two.
No, let's face